AW Recovery, MetaTrader Expert Advisor, Instruction and Description. The robot was created to recover unprofitable positions. Can be used on any time frames. Suitable for working on any trading instruments, indices, stocks, metals, currencies, etc. The advisor can accompany other advisors and turn them off at the right time. Our recovery will automatically lock the position, delete SL and TP, and delete pending orders. EA recovers a losing position in parts for more security. The EA can work with all orders or individual EAs. The robot combines excellent functionality with simple and flexible settings. Uses flexible trend filtering to adjust risk management. Let's make a short presentation. Let's see how the advisor will restore the position of one lot. In this case, our recovery starts working when a drawdown of one lot is reached. Further, the advisor locks the unprofitable position, splits it into many separate parts, and closes each of them separately. The screen displays the opening lines of the next averaging order and the volume of this order, and the EA panel displays the volumes of averaging orders and a loss-making position. It is the use of closing losses in parts that allows you to reduce losses with a lower loading of the deposit. This strategy provides a safer operation with losses. The EA uses the medium aggressiveness settings in this example, but we will come back to the settings a bit later. Now let's see how everything works in general. The work of an advisor can be divided into two main stages. This is the launch and the actual recovery of the loss. Let's start with launch. Step 1. Choose how the advisor will start its work. It can start working at the moment of initialization, or the advisor can be in standby mode until a certain drawdown is reached. This is used to accompany other algorithms. Step 2. At the moment the recovery starts, the EA should disable other algorithms to eliminate the possibility of a conflict between them. Disabling other advisors is necessary in order to avoid conflict between orders. The expert advisor can disable all expert advisors from the same symbol or from all symbols in general, which is important when using multi-currency algorithms. Adjusted by disable other EAs at launch. Step 3. The EA can remove the take profit and stop loss levels, as well as remove pending orders. All these actions are used to ensure that the position that is aligned to the lock does not increase in volume and does not violate the calculations of the expert advisor during operation, that is, so that orders are processed only by the all recovery expert advisor. Adjusted by the variables delete SL and TP, delete pending orders at launch, close profit at launch. Step 4. The EA will now lock the main position. AW Recovery will open or close parts of the main position so that the volumes of buy and sell orders are equal. Locking is the alignment of a position with each other. It is necessary so that the position is fixed in the current position, and its loss does not increase due to price movements. Adjusted by the use locking variable. Next up is recovery. Now that the startup process is complete, the EA will proceed to recovery. Step 1. Selecting recovery orders. The trader controls which positions the robot will restore. All orders on the current symbol, manual orders, orders with certain magic numbers can be selected. Also, a trader can choose the first order to be restored, or can choose which orders, according to the complexity, to start the work of the advisor, from more complex or from simpler ones. Step 2. Opening averaging orders. The EA opens averaging orders in order to use their profit to close the main position. Simple grids are available for opening averaging orders, working with a trend filter or a pattern of possible candlestick reversals. The robot can carry out simultaneous work in both directions. It is configured by the multi-directional trading variable. The possibility of opening more than one order per candle can be adjusted by changing one opened order per bar filtering. Step 3. Closing averaging orders. Partial closing is used to close the main position. The EA closes the position, keeping it locked. Data about currently processed orders and averaging orders is displayed in the panel of the current group of orders. Volumes and profit for the current group are also visible there. Averaging orders are opened with a small volume. After the profit on these orders exceeds the closing part, the closing will occur. Testing the AW Recovery Expert Advisor. In order to test the EA, turn on the strategy tester in the visualization mode. If you do not see the button for visualization, then just stretch the window in height. For testing, indicate the amount of the deposit that is used on the account that needs to be restored. Choose to start working when the specified drawdown is reached, and enter the volume similar to your drawdown, which you want to recover. After starting testing, the EA will be in standby mode and will not start working until the drawdown volume reaches the one specified in the input settings. Using the panel for opening orders, open the volume of positions equal to your drawdown, which you want to restore. When the specified volume is reached, the EA will start its work. In this way, you will be able to simulate the recovery of your current situation over a historical period of time. Choose individual settings for each pair and for each situation, since in case of a difference in the total amount of the deposit and drawdown, the settings may differ significantly from each other. Input settings are divided into thematic sections. The main settings, the parameters in these sections are best set up individually. These variables are responsible for risk management and can vary greatly depending on the instrument used, volatility, loss volume, and so on. Secondary settings, the parameters in these sections are responsible for graphics, standard protection parameters, as well as deep trend filtering settings. The main settings section includes Orders to recovery settings, the section that determines which orders the EA will work with, and locking settings. Launch settings, the section responsible for the parameters for launching the recovery process. Take profit and partial recovery, the section containing settings for closing parts of a loss-making position. Recovery grids and average orders, the section containing grid settings and aggressiveness of recovery orders. Secondary settings include Protection settings, section of standard settings for slippage, spread, etc. Graphic settings, section for setting the size and display of panels, and the TP zone. AW trend predictor filtering, section for setting the built-in trend filter. Let's take a quick look at all the input settings. The first group of basic settings includes what orders to start from. The EA will try to close either the most complex or the simplest orders first. Magic numbers group for recovery, a variable that determines which orders AW recovery can work with. These can be all orders on the current symbol, only manual orders, or positions of selected magic numbers. When working with certain magic numbers, write down their numbers in a variable, magic numbers for recovery, set by a comma. The first ticket for recovery, not used, the trader can select an order ticket to be processed first. Use locking, if on is selected, then the EA will maintain the position in the lock, that is, equalize the volumes of buy and sell positions. Delete SL and TP, if enabled, the robot will delete all take profit, and stop loss at startup. The second group of main settings is responsible for launching and consists of type of launch, start at the moment the advisor is turned on, if you select instant start. The EA will start from the first losing order, it will not open it by itself. When choosing start at drawdown in percent or in money, the robot will start working when the drawdown reaches the value specified by the trader. This value is set in the drawdown in percentage or in money to launch variable. Disable other advisors at launch, module for disabling windows, the function is executed at the moment the advisor is launched or exits from sleep mode. After completing AW recovery, you can open them manually. One of the options can be selected, do not disable other advisors, in this case, disable locking. Disable advisors on same symbol advisors on other instruments will continue to work. Disable advisors on all symbols, AW recovery disables all other windows. Close profit at launch, the function will help the EA optimize the total position volume by closing profitable orders. Delete pending orders at launch, AW recovery will be able to delete pending orders. The next part is take profit and partial recovery. One of the four most important variables, part to close from a loss-making position. This variable must be less than the volume of average order. You can use the following rule to calculate, divide the volume of the farthest losing order into 8 parts. Second of the four most important variables, take profit in points for partial close. To get the minimum value, you need to multiply the spread volume by 3 or more. Allow overlap after number of orders. The function will be available after the number of restoring orders of the same type reaches the number specified here. Use TP for the total basket if possible. Allow the use of take profit for the entire position including restoring orders. TP for a total basket in money, adjustment of the profit volume from all orders, upon reaching which the entire position will be closed. The last part of the main settings. Trend filtering for average orders. The robot will open orders according to the given strategy. One of 3 customization options is available. Simple grids, opening and restoring orders without using trend filtering according to the classic grid strategy. Bulls bears candles filtering. The opening will take place according to the signals of the indicator of reversal candlestick patterns, for aggressive strategies. AW trend predictor filtering, opening using the AW trend predictor trend indicator built into the EA. Suitable for the most secure trading. Allowed types of average orders. Types of averaging orders: allow opening buy and sell orders, only buy orders, only sell orders, or without the opening option. The third of the 4 most important parameters. The volume of average order. This is the volume for the first retracement order in the basket. The value must be greater than the par per close. For the calculation, you can apply the following scheme. Multiply par to close from a loss-making position by 1.5 to get the value for volume of average order. Multiplier to volume. Each subsequent restoring order in the order grid will be larger than the previous one by this factor. The last one on the list are the most important variables. Step for average, a variable that controls the step between retracement orders. When using a trend filter, the EA will rely not only on the step, but also on the signals in the indicator. To calculate, use the standard indicator average true range on a daily time frame with a period of 14. The resulting indicator data must be divided into values from 4 to 2, depending on the required aggressiveness. Multiplier to step, a function that allows you to apply a dynamic order grid step. Further, there are blocks with secondary settings. Let's see what they include. The first section, protection settings. 1 open order per bar filtering, the limit for opening more than 1 order per bar. If off is selected, the EA will open orders as soon as a signal is received. Suitable for more aggressive strategies. If you select on, the robot will not be able to open more than 1 order in one direction per candle, for safer strategies. Multi-directional trading, limiting the opening of averaging orders in 2 directions at the same time. If on is selected, the EA will be able to trade both ways. When off, the robot will only trade in one direction. That is, trade along the current trend, and not just against it. Maximum slippage in points, for opening and closing orders. Maximum spread in points, for opening orders. The maximum volume of the average order refers to the volume for a single retracement order. The maximum number of average orders, for orders of the same type. Magic number of average orders, should be unique, identifier for recovering orders. Use full commission when calculating, to control the type of commission accounting. Notifications at launch and end of recovery, adjusting notifications. Notifications are sent when a restore starts and when it completes. Open average orders via the panel, adjusting the types of orders opened using the Expert Advisor panel. If on is selected, the orders opened by the panel will be classified as average. If you select off, such orders will be related to the group of locked ones. The next block is graphics settings. Let's display some functions on the graph for better understanding. By default, the panel is gray for the dark color scheme. If you are using a light scheme, then you can select a light option in the input settings. In addition, in this section you can find adjustments. The show closed profit on the chart, type of displaying the profit volume of restoring orders. Font size for the font on the EA panels. Show line if possible zone for closures. The TP line is indicative and does not take into account commissions and market volatility. The last section of input settings is AW trend predictor filtering. Trend predictor time frame, selecting a time frame for filtering signals. The entry point uses the time frame of the current chart, and you can select a larger time frame to filter signals. Amplitude trend predictor, the larger the value, the stricter the signal filtering. The smaller the value, the more signals, but their accuracy is less. Signals of trend predictor, adjustment for opening the first order in the basket. First trade by trend direction, the EA will open new orders immediately after closing the previous ones during the trend direction. First trade at trend reverse, the robot will open new orders when a new signal comes from the indicator. Averaging with trend predictor filtering, adjusting the averaging after the first order in the basket. Averaging in any direction, averaging regardless of changing market directions. Averaging only by trend direction, the development of the grid only when the current trend is in the same direction. Trading involves risks and results cannot be guaranteed. Please don't forget to test the advisor before buying. Thank you for your watching. Hope this was helpful to you. The AW recovery is available for purchase only on nql5.com or in your trading terminal.